When you stand with yoga blocks, your legs are aligned in a way that takes pressure off of your low back, aligns your hips so that they can aptly support you, and you get muscle feedback so that you can actually strengthen the muscles that are designed to hold you erect from your ankles all the way up to your core. Best choice is to have 2 blocks. One, the upper leg just underneath the pelvis, and the second one between the knee and the ankle. So when you have the blocks in place, the first thing you want to do is point your toes forward so that your toes are straight forward from the center of your ankle. Then make sure that your knees are not locked or hyperextended and that they are softly placed directly over the ankles. You would use a block to give awareness to your lower extremities when you're standing or doing something like a sun A. And the awareness comes in the form of muscle energy, which we know from Anusara and also from a form of body work. Muscle energy back into the body to give you a sensory awareness of where your body is in space. And something to push against, right? So like in a warrior pose, for example, when your arms are up, it's hard to kind of know where they are against the air. If there was something pushing against it, like when a teacher comes to assist you, you get a better sense of where your arms are in space. So the blocks function in that way. They also happen to be the perfect size for optimal alignment when you're standing. So you get sort of like more bang for your buck if you use blocks instead of a teacher's hand to help you stand. With both blocks in place, while you're standing, just standing upright, and yogis know that as Tadasana, you hug in on both blocks. Hug in on the top block, you can feel shifts happening and changes happening in your femur and your thigh bone, where it articulates in your pelvis. So like I can feel something changing already. It's your core. The bottom block is harder to squeeze, but if you do squeeze in, it helps align your knee, it tracks it in the right place, and it helps align your ankles from like pronation and supination. Then when we start moving, so for example in downward dog, we really need to take our inner thighs back in downward dog. We need to continue to take that inner thigh back when we get to things like plank and chaturanga. When we get to plank pose and chaturanga, especially for a beginner student, it gets a little more challenging because we start focusing then on our upper body strength or what's missing. But if we're hugging in on the block, we actually have muscle energy. Our lower body is working more to hold our whole body up in an equal plank instead of the pelvis and the legs sinking and the upper body sort of struggling to hold up the whole frame. Once you learn how to stand with the blocks in place, with the right amount of muscle effort against the blocks, and your legs aligned in the most optimal place for you, the goal then is to be able to stand with that same amount of sensation in those areas when the blocks aren't in place. So it's not something that you do or time that you take as an exercise, it's a way of standing.